Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we're in the Western Desert, just south of Hunter's View, building a Western Saloon. This build was a build idea mentioned briefly by a few people after my trading post build, and it was something I'd been thinking about off and on for a while, so thanks to those that mentioned it and of course pushed me towards actually doing it. This build is similar to a tavern or bar, though it's designed to replicate a more Wild Western style feel. My main inspiration for this build was a very, very foggy memory of some old saloon in the first Red Dead title. I can only really remember little parts of what that saloon actually looked like, so I kind of went into this build blind basically, and just let my instinct control the build, and it turned out quite well in the end. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off by building the baseplate. As you can see by the blueprint on screen now, the baseplate is fairly large, with a porch surrounding most sides of the build. I chose to use stone and wooden foundations to emulate the more natural material palette of Western saloons, which are often made from wood, though I think this saloon could look pretty good using either Frontier or Khitan. The main body of the saloon will be a long rectangular room with a large bar along the bottom and left side of the room. There's also a kitchen and storage room behind the bar on the left side of the build. Once I'd finished the baseplate, I then built a small bridge across the river and a small platform in front of the saloon that I'd later add another set of stairs onto. This is a pretty simple bridge design, though at the time I didn't really like how it would pretty much stop any sort of boat travel through the river. Then again, a little further up the river is little more than a puddle in parts, so it's not too much of an issue. Next, for the walls. I made some stable gateways at the front of the build, then building the walls 2 tiles high around the perimeter, separating the storeroom from the rest of the build. I then used the panelled tavern bar pieces from the Debaucheries of Decketo DLC to construct the bar, making sure to try and keep each piece as uniform with the previous one as possible, adding another stable gateway near the front door so staff can access behind the bar. Next I started to build up the first floor. I initially played with a couple of different designs for the stairs, but ended up going for a centralised staircase that splits into 2 staircases to either walkway on the first floor. I then built up the walls 1 tile high, and then created roof gables to a pointed apex on both sides of the rectangular section and on the end side of the storeroom side of the first floor, then using tiled roof pieces and inverted corners to build the roof up and connect both roof sections together. Finally, I placed awnings on the porch surrounding the build, then going back inside and placing fences on the walkways on the ground floor. We all probably know that alcohol plus heights plus gravity doesn't exactly mix well most of the time, so it's best to put these fences here just so we don't have, patrons falling onto patrons. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. Approaching the build, I've lit the bridge and the saloon with mostly wall braziers and a couple of hanging braziers inside, placing statues of guidance at every entrance point. Entering the saloon, it's a densely populated area, full of patrons, tables and decorations, including a chessboard just underneath the stairs. This saloon receives custom from all over the exiled lands, and thus the bar itself extends across a large section of the saloon and is staffed by many bartenders, with plenty of spare flagons behind the bar. Entering the kitchen, this small room sits adjacent to the storage room, with a small window between them so meals can be passed through to be served to patrons. The storage room is a bit larger than the kitchen, packed mainly full of boxes and barrels filled with ale, wine, spirits and dry goods. Heading upstairs, we reach the bedrooms and the small seating area above the bar. This floor provides a decent view over just about half of the saloon, with the small bedrooms providing a comfortable place for travellers to lay their heads at night. For a fee, of course. And there we have it, a saloon in the Western Desert, just south of Hunter's View. Thanks for watching. I've built a few taverns before, but never a saloon, and though the differences are arguably only aesthetic, this build came out really nicely and has a great atmosphere. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to both follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the links in the description. YouTube is currently my full-time source of income, so if you enjoy the content and would like to help support the channel so I can continue to put out the best content possible, do consider becoming a patron. There are multiple tiers of support from $1 to $20, offering many different benefits from a mention in every video to Discord roles, and even sneak peeks of every new video before anyone else. The link to my Patreon is in the description below, so if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to consider becoming a patron. On that note, a thanks to our current patrons Sammy, Sir Dialot, Randar and Dawnfox. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.